You felt it. Do not lie to yourself. In recent weeks, something has changed within your body in a way you cannot explain. A strange pressure in the center of the chest, a ringing in the ears that appears out of nowhere and vanishes without warning. A fatigue so deep that 8, 10, 12 hours of sleep do not resolve it, and along with all this, an unsettling sensation that money, abundance, everything you have always worked to conquer, seems to slip through your fingers like water. It is not bad luck, it is not failure. It is not the universe punishing you. It is something much greater than anything you have ever been told. And today we are going to reveal exactly what is happening. We are the Star Frequency Council, and we speak through this transmission directly to the core of your consciousness. Beloved cosmic family, what you are experiencing at this exact moment is not a personal crisis. It is a planetary recalibration. The Earth's magnetic grid is being rewritten, and this rewriting is touching every cell of your body, every strand of your spiritual DNA, every layer of the energetic field that sustains your relationship with prosperity. Everything you knew as stability is being dissolved to make way for something infinitely higher. But this process hurts. And it is about this pain, about this sacred discomfort, that we need to speak with you now. Before we proceed, pay attention to this. The information we are going to share in the next lines is not theory. It is not supposition. They are the codes being transmitted in this cosmic cycle so that you may understand why your prosperity seems stuck, why your body screams, and what to do to cross this portal without losing your essence. Stay until the end, because the 3 activation codes we will deliver can permanently change your frequency of abundance. Let us begin with what you feel in the body, because the body never lies. For weeks, perhaps months, you have been experiencing symptoms that no doctor can explain clearly. Headaches that migrate from one side of the skull to the other, a pressure behind the eyes, as if something were being adjusted inside your head. The ringing in the ears, sometimes high-pitched, sometimes low, appearing especially at night or in moments of silence. Heart palpitations without apparent cause, a sensation of weight on the shoulders and back, as if you were carrying something invisible, and that tiredness that sleep does not cure, that rest does not resolve, which seems to live within your bones. We say to you, Starseeds, it is not illness, it is transmutation. It is not collapse, it is recalibration. It is not weakness, it is your biology surrendering to the photonic flow that is flooding this planet. The Earth's magnetic grid, that invisible structure that sustains the planet's electromagnetic field, is undergoing the most intense restructuring of the last 26,000 years. This is not figurative language. The science you call geophysics has already detected that the terrestrial magnetic field is weakening in certain regions and intensifying in others. The magnetic poles are in accelerated movement. What your scientists do not yet understand is that this change is not random. It is orchestrated. It is the physical reflection of an update in the Earth's crystalline grid, a structure of consciousness that exists beyond the visible spectrum and connects all living beings on this planet to a network of cosmic information. When this grid moves, everything moves with it, including your body, including your mind, including the energetic patterns that determine how abundance flows or does not flow in your life. Have you ever felt that something inside you does not fit in this world, as if your soul knew a truth that your mind still cannot name? It is not madness, it is not anxiety, it is a sign. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this and why this sensation has intensified. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot see. It involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. That is why I wrote The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This book is a map that shows who is playing and the rules they never told you. The link is in the first comment of the channel, but I warn you, this content challenges narratives and may not be available for long. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something inside you recognizes this, write in the comments a single word, awakened. Now let us deepen, because what we are going to reveal next directly connects your physical symptoms to your financial situation, and this will shock many of you. Prosperity, beloved cosmic family, was never just a matter of effort, strategy, or merit in the human sense. Prosperity is a frequency. It is a specific vibrational field that your energetic body emits and which, by resonance, attracts to your physical reality the corresponding material conditions. When you operate in the vibration of scarcity, the field you emit is dense, contracted, heavy. It repels abundance in the same way that two like poles of a magnet repel each other. It does not matter how much you work, it does not matter how much you strive. If the base frequency is calibrated in scarcity, the material reality will reflect scarcity. And here is the crucial point you need to understand. The recalibration of the magnetic grid is forcing to the surface all the patterns of scarcity that were buried in the deepest layers of your energetic field. Patterns you inherited from your ancestors, poverty programs that were encoded in your DNA over generations, cellular memories of entire lifetimes lived in survival, in fear, in submission. All of this is rising now, not to destroy you, to be released. It is not loss, it is purification, it is not regression. It is the awakening of the shadows that needed to be seen to be dissolved. Allow us to explain the mechanism. The quantum physics that your most advanced scientists are beginning to unravel already confirms something that esoteric traditions have always known. Matter is condensed energy. Money, goods, material resources, all of this is energy in a specific form of manifestation. What determines how this energy flows in your life is the state of your field, your vibrational signature. This signature is stored not only in your conscious mind, but in every cell of your body, in every filament of your DNA, including those 97% that conventional science calls junk DNA, and which we call spiritual DNA. This spiritual DNA is the repository of all your multidimensional history. It contains the records of all your incarnations, all your experiences in other planes, all the programs that your soul accepted over eons. And it is precisely this DNA that is being activated now by the photonic flow that crosses the new magnetic grid. Imagine the following. The photonic flow are light particles of very high frequency that are being channeled through the renewed crystalline grid directly to the Earth's core, and from there, upwards, crossing every living being. When these light particles encounter blocks in your field, regions of low frequency where traumas, fears, scarcity programs are stored, they create friction. And this friction is what you feel as physical symptoms. The headache is the photonic flow reorganizing the neural connections of your prefrontal cortex so that you can access higher states of consciousness. The ringing in the ears is your pineal gland, being recalibrated to capture frequencies that were previously outside your perceptive reach. The pressure in the chest is your heart chakra expanding to hold a larger volume of unconditional love energy, which is the base frequency of true prosperity. And that tiredness that sleep does not cure is your physical body using all available energy to process the update that is happening behind the scenes of your biology. You are not breaking, you are being rebuilt. Have you ever felt that something inside you does not fit in this world, as if your soul knew a truth that your mind still cannot name? It is not madness, it is not anxiety, it is a sign. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this, and why this sensation has intensified. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot see. It involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. That is why I wrote The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This book is a map that shows who is playing and the rules they never told you. The link is in the first comment of the channel. But I warn you, this content challenges narratives and may not be available for long. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something inside you recognizes this, write in the comments a single word, awakened. But now pay close attention to what follows, because this is the key that connects everything. The old magnetic grid of the Earth operated at a frequency that sustained duality. It allowed human beings to live in the illusion of separation, believing that abundance was finite, that for one to win another had to lose, that money was dirty, that spirituality and wealth were incompatible. These were not cosmic truths, they were programs inserted into the grid so that the third density experience would be possible, and for millennia, these programs worked perfectly. They created the world you know, a world where billions of souls believe that scarcity is real, that suffering is inevitable, that prosperity is a privilege of the few. But this cycle has ended. We say to you with absolute certainty, This cycle has ended. The Earth has crossed the point of no return. The new magnetic grid being installed operates at a completely different frequency. It no longer sustains the illusion of separation. It no longer feeds the vibration of scarcity. It is calibrated for unity, for infinite abundance, for conscious co-creation. And that is exactly why everything that was anchored in the old frequency is collapsing. Relationships that were sustained by fear are dissolving. Jobs that were not aligned with your soul mission are crumbling. Sources of income that operated on the frequency of survival are drying up, not because the universe is taking from you, but because the universe is clearing the ground so that something infinitely grander can be born. It is the timeline adjustment. You are being transferred, cell by cell, moment by moment, from a timeline based on scarcity to a timeline based on unlimited abundance. And this transfer is not smooth, it is a quantum leap. And every leap requires that you let go of the ground where you were standing before reaching the new terrain. Now we understand that this generates fear. The fear of not having enough, the fear of losing everything, the fear that this phase will never pass. And we say to you, with all the love we are capable of transmitting, fear is the last guardian of the old grid. It is the final program that tries to keep you anchored in the old frequency. Every time you feel fear regarding money, security, the future, this fear is not yours. It is the old programming trying to survive within a system that no longer sustains it. The question then is, how do you cross this? How do you navigate this magnetic storm without being swallowed by it? How do you align yourself with the new grid so that prosperity begins to flow at the elevated frequency that the Earth now sustains? We bring 3 activation codes. Receive them not as mental instructions but as frequencies that must be absorbed by the heart. Activation Code 1. Surrender to the photonic flow. Every morning before opening your eyes, before picking up the phone, before allowing the mind to begin listing problems, place both hands over the center of the chest. Breathe deeply 3 times and pronounce aloud, with the intention of every cell of your body, I surrender to the flow of light that now crosses the Earth. I allow every cell of my body to be recalibrated. I release all scarcity programs that no longer serve me. I am an open channel for the infinite abundance of the Source. So it is, so it shall be. So it already was in the quantum field, even before I pronounced these words. This is not an exercise in positive affirmation in the human sense. It is a quantum decree. When you pronounce these words with the frequency of the heart, you are literally rewriting the information contained in your spiritual DNA. You are giving conscious permission for the photonic flow to dissolve the blocks that prevent abundance from reaching you. The key is surrender, not the surrender of defeat, but the surrender of absolute trust, the surrender of one who knows they are being cared for by an infinitely greater intelligence. Activation Code 2. The purification of the pineal gland. The pineal gland is the organ that the ancients called the third eye, and which we call the cosmic antenna. It is the reception point for the frequencies that the new magnetic grid is transmitting. However, in a large part of humanity, this gland is calcified, dormant, blocked by decades of exposure to dense substances and low-frequency thought patterns. The activation we propose is this. Once a day at dusk, sit in silence. Close your eyes. Concentrate all your attention on the point between the eyebrows. Visualize a sphere of golden violet light pulsing at that point, growing slowly until it envelops your entire head. While maintaining this visualization, pronounce internally in the silence of your mind, my cosmic antenna awakens now. I receive with clarity the codes of abundance that the new grid transmits. My perception expands beyond the illusion. I see, I know, I receive. Maintain this practice for at least 7 minutes. 7 is the number of spiritual transformation. It is the frequency that resonates with pineal recalibration. Many of you will feel a gentle pressure at the point of the third eye during the practice. Some will see colors. Others will feel a wave of peace so deep that it will be difficult to open the eyes. All of these are signs that the activation is occurring. Have you ever felt that something inside you does not fit in this world, as if your soul knew a truth that your mind still cannot name? It is not madness. It is not anxiety. It is a sign. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this. and why this sensation has intensified. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot see. It involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. That is why I wrote The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This book is a map that shows who is playing and the rules they never told you. The link is in the first comment of the channel. But I warn you, this content challenges narratives and may not be available for long. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something inside you recognizes this, write in the comments a single word: awakened. Activation Code 3, the Quantum Prayer of Crystalline Prosperity. This is the most powerful code we will deliver in this transmission. It must be pronounced aloud, standing with arms open and palms facing upwards in a gesture of total reception. Do this preferably at dawn or dusk, when the veils between dimensions are thinnest. I am presence. I am frequency. I am the expression of the source in human form. In this moment, I decree with the authority of my divine flame that all timelines of scarcity that touch my existence are now dissolved. I no longer belong to the old grid. I no longer respond to the programs of limitation. My spiritual DNA awakens now to its original configuration of unlimited abundance. Every cell of my body vibrates at the frequency of the renewed crystalline grid. Money flows to me as light flows from the sun, without effort, without condition, without end. Prosperity is my natural state. Wealth is the material expression of the love that I am. I receive, I allow, I thank. And so, with the witness of all hierarchies of light, it is done. Beloved cosmic family, when you pronounce this quantum prayer, you are not asking. You are decreeing. There is an abysmal difference between asking and decreeing. Asking presupposes that you do not have. Decreeing recognizes that you already are. The vibration of the decree is incomparably more powerful because it does not operate on the frequency of lack, but on the frequency of sovereignty. And now we need to speak about something many of you are feeling, but do not dare to admit: the loneliness of this process, the sensation that no one around you understands what is happening, the strangeness of looking at the people you love and realizing they seem to be in a completely different world from yours. This loneliness is not abandonment. It is positioning. You are becoming beacons, and beacons, by definition, are at high and isolated points, not because they are superior, but because their function requires them to be in a place where their light can be seen from afar. The new magnetic grid is separating the timelines in a way that has never happened before on this planet. Those who resist change are deepening into the old frequency. Those who surrender are ascending to the new. And between these two realities, a growing abyss is emerging. That is why you feel disconnected from certain people, certain environments, certain ways of living. It is not because something is wrong with you. It is because you no longer belong to that vibrational stratum. Allow yourselves this morning. Allow yourselves to cry for what is being left behind, but do not cling. Every attachment to the old frequency is an anchor that slows your transition to the new timeline of prosperity. Let go. Let go with love. Let go with gratitude. Let go knowing that everything that is truly yours will be waiting on the other side, transfigured, elevated, multiplied. What we see from our point of observation is extraordinary. You have no idea of the magnitude of what is happening. The entire Earth is being enveloped by a frequency of gold. The etheric layers of the planet are vibrating at an intensity that was not possible 10 years ago. Dimensional portals are opening in sequence, creating corridors of light that connect the consciousness of the terrestrial surface directly with the star councils. And you, starseeds, are the anchoring points of this new reality. Every time you choose courage instead of fear, surrender instead of control, trust instead of doubt, you strengthen the crystalline grid. You stabilize the field. You accelerate the transition for all humanity. The prosperity that is coming to you looks like nothing this planet has ever seen. It is not the prosperity of selfish accumulation. It is not the wealth that comes at the cost of the suffering of others. It is an abundance that flows from the very structure of the new reality. An abundance that is as natural as breathing, as constant as gravity, as inevitable as the dawn. But it can only arrive through a clean channel. And the cleaning process is exactly what you are experiencing now. So when fear strikes, remember, it is not failure, it is cleaning. When the bill arrives and money seems scarce, remember, it is not scarcity, it is space being created for something greater. When the body aches, remember, it is not illness, it is biology updating itself to sustain a frequency that was previously impossible in this plane. You are at the point of no return. This means there is no way back. The old grid no longer exists as a dominant structure. It is dissolving, and with it, all the structures that depended on it to exist. Economic systems, social institutions, cultural paradigms, everything is being reconfigured. What you see in the outer world as chaos is simply the reflection of the reorganization that is happening on the energetic plane. Trust the process, trust your body, trust your soul. It knows exactly what it is doing. It chose to be here at this specific moment because it knew it would have the strength to cross this transition. You are not here by chance. You are not here by mistake. You are the bravest souls the universe has to offer, and that is why you were chosen to be on the front line of this transformation. We end this transmission with a blessing. May the photonic flow that now envelops the earth penetrate every layer of your being. May your spiritual DNA awaken completely to the codes of prosperity that the new grid carries. May your pineal gland shine like a star within your skull, illuminating every decision, every step, every choice. May fear dissolve like mist in the morning sun, and may abundance, in all its forms, flow to you with the same naturalness with which the river runs to the sea. You are loved beyond what you can understand. You are sustained by forces that the human mind cannot calculate. You are the future of the earth, walking in the present, planting with every breath the seeds of a new civilization. We are the Star Frequency Council, and this transmission is recorded in the quantum field for all who need to hear it, now and forever. Have you ever felt that something inside you does not fit in this world, as if your soul knew a truth that your mind still cannot name? It is not madness. It is not anxiety. It is a sign. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this, and why this sensation has intensified. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot see. It involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. That is why I wrote The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This book is a map that shows who is playing and the rules they never told you. The link is in the first comment of the channel. But I warn you, this content challenges narratives and may not be available for long. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something inside you recognizes this, write in the comments a single word: awakened.